here we are. This is what we're doing this week. It's kind of different, but I think it'll be fun. Not sure what next week will be like, but this week we're here in my dining room area. So before we get started, I want you to go grab a few things. You need to get a map, one of your maps like this. Some of you might have the table placemat type of maps. You can get one of those too. Also get a toothpick or a pencil or something that has a sharp point so we can use it to point at these tiny little countries we're going to look at. Okay, so go grab those and come right back. Welcome back. Here we are. Okay, so let's get started. Let's do Latin first, okay? Because this is easy peasy. You've done this for years. This is the 4th week this year that we've done this, so it should be up here now. First of all, where are we missing some macros? There's 3 macros that are missing. Farrah, do you have any ideas?
Right here on Eritis.
Eritis is one, yes. So Eritis needs a macro. Where else? Yep. Eros. It needs a macro, and there's one more.
Is it?
One more.
Aramis.
Okay, so there's your macros for first conjugation, pluperfect tense. So let's just make it simple, and we will sing the song. You ready? It goes to the tune of London Bridge. So here we go. Aram, eras, erat, aramis, eritis, erat. First conjugation, pluperfect tense. Again. Aram, eras, erat, aramis, eritis, erat. First conjugation, pluperfect tense. Okay, let's do it supersonic speed for 3 times. Ready? Aram, eras, erat, aramis, eritis, erat. First conjugation, pluperfect tense. Again. Aram, eras, erat, aramis, eritis, erat. First conjugation, pluperfect tense. Last time, super fast. Aram, eras, erat, aramis, eritis, erat. First conjugation, pluperfect tense. Okay, done. Okay, Latin, done. All right, let's move on. Okay, let's do next math. How about math? We'll do some math. I have a song for math that we've known for a few years. So let's do that. There's some motions to it. I'll see if I can do the motions and sing it. I don't think I've pulled that off before, but I'll try it, okay? Maybe you can do the motions, okay? So we're doing the associative law for addition. So here's how the song goes. Try to sing if you can, I don't know. The associative law for addition goes something like this. Boom, 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 boom. Opening parenthesis, A plus B. Closing parenthesis, plus C equals A plus opening parenthesis. B plus C closing parenthesis. Boom, 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 boom. The associative law for multiplication goes something like this. Boom, 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 boom. Opening parenthesis, A times B. Closing parenthesis times C equals A times opening parenthesis. B times C closing parenthesis. Okay. So I probably should have showed you the motions first, but it's hard. It's hard to do the motions in the song. But the motions are opening parenthesis, A times B. Oh, let's do plus. A plus B. Closing parenthesis plus C equals A plus opening parenthesis B plus C closing parenthesis. It's hard to do it even talking and doing it slow. Okay. So let's sing both of them one more time, and then you can practice this some more when the video goes off if you want to. You might have a different way that you learn this, but this is just a song that helps it stick for me. Okay, ready? The associative law for addition goes something like this. Boom, 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 boom. Opening parenthesis, A plus B. Closing parenthesis plus C equals A plus opening parenthesis B plus C closing parenthesis. Boom, 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 boom. The associative law for multiplication goes something like this. Opening parenthesis, A plus B, closing parenthesis, plus C equals A times opening parenthesis, B times C closing parenthesis. That's hard.
I think if we watch
That's
somebody
hard. I
else
feel like some
do
brain things are like connecting and like it's hard to do that at some time.
brain.
Okay, ready? We're done with math. All right, let's move on to, what should we do next? Geography. Let's do geography. So grab your map and you're going to open it up to the inside cover where we have the world. And we're going to look at this inset right down here in the bottom, okay? I'm going to bring the camera over so you can see it better. Okay, so here is on the world map side, you see in this area right here is Central America. And the way the song starts out is it says, Central America, find the camel hump. So you can look in Central America section here and you see the camel hump. Okay, so we're going to go to where it's zoomed in this inset. And we'll talk about more of them. Okay, ready? Here's the song. Central America, find the camel hump. Nicaragua, Honduras bump. El Salvador trapdoor. Guatemala, Belize makes a slice of cheese. Okay, so here is how it is explained. Nicaragua and Honduras bump each other. And then El Salvador is like a little trapdoor down at the bottom of Honduras. Then Guatemala, kind of see it as a circle that goes up. Circle up. And then Belize is a slice of cheese. Tiny little slice of cheese. So let's sing it again. Central America, find the camel hump. Nicaragua, Honduras bump. El Salvador trapdoor. Guatemala, Belize makes a slice of cheese. One more time and then we'll go to the blank map. Central America, find the camel hump. Nicaragua, Honduras bump. El Salvador trapdoor. Guatemala, Belize makes a slice of cheese. Okay, so let's flip to the other side where it's blank. And we'll do it some more. Okay, so we see our camel hump. Okay, sing it again. Central America, find the camel hump. Nicaragua, Honduras bump. El Salvador trapdoor. Guatemala, Belize makes a slice of cheese. Okay, one more time singing it, and then we're going to get them out of order and see if you got it. So Central America, find the camel hump. Nicaragua, Honduras bump. El Salvador trapdoor. Guatemala, Belize makes a slice of cheese. Okay, so show me Guatemala. Here's Guatemala. Okay, show me Honduras. Here's Honduras. Show me Belize. Here's Belize. Slice of cheese. And what else have I not done? El Salvador. El Salvador trapdoor, right at the bottom. And Nicaragua. Here's Nicaragua. Okay, got it? Let's move on. Okay, so that's geography. All done. Okay, now let's move on to timeline. So here we are at timeline. Let me get my cards.
Here's the last one.
No, we have a lot more.
How many?
Okay, timeline. First we have World War I and President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Lighting's not so great. Then Stalin of the USSR and the Katyn Massacre. Then the United Nations formed. The Cold War. Gandhi and India's independence. Jewish state established. Mao and communist victory in China. Okay. So, if you have time cards at home, race your siblings, race yourself, see how quickly you can get them in order. And since you have some extra time today, maybe just take all of your time cards from the beginning all the way to now, week 21. I think we have 147 time cards we've gone through so far this year. So take them all and just lay them out. Take care of your living room or your bonus room or whatever you have. Get your mom's permission first and see what you can do. See if you can get them all in order after you mix them up without looking at dates. So yeah, do that. Okay, so that's timeline. And we're all done. All right, let's move on to English. Okay, so a conjunction is a word used to connect words, phrases, and clauses together. So let's do our sticks with our funny things, okay? You got to do it with me. I don't care who's around in your house right now. Do it with us. Okay, let's see. How about confused voice? So let's say it together in a confused voice. A conjunction is a word used to connect words, phrases, and clauses together.
Together?
Yeah, let's get together. Okay, here's another. This is pat head, rub belly. Let's see. Hold on, I think I got to do it this way. Okay, everybody got it going? Here we go. A conjunction is a word used to connect words, phrases, and clauses together. Nice job. Okay, let's erase it now and see if we can say, where'd my eraser go, Farrah? Do you know? Oh, you know what? I have magic for this. Okay. So let's say it again. What are we doing now? Oh, pat head, rub belly. We hadn't done it.
We just did it.
We did. Okay. So let's put a little stick out. Okay. How about angry voice? Let's do it like with an angry voice.
Like this.
Get your fists ready to grow. Get your teeth. A conjunction is a word used to connect words, phrases, and clauses together. Okay. That's a little peek inside my house about 5:30 at night when supper's coming together.
Yep.
Okay, how about game show host? A conjunction is a word used to connect words, phrases, and clauses together. Okay, and we have two more. Let's see. Say it like a whale. Ooh, like that. Ready? A conjunction is a word used to connect words, phrases, and clauses together. Channeling Dory from Finding Nemo. Didn't she do that? Mm-hmm. She speaks well. Okay. And the last time, let's do crescendo. Let's do crescendo. We'll start off quiet and we'll get loud at the end. Ready? And remember, we don't whisper and we don't yell. We just use a quiet voice and then a very loud voice. A conjunction is a word used to connect words, phrases, and clauses together. Okay, all done. And now we'll do
Science.
Let's do science. Yeah, we'll do science. Okay, so science. We're doing the third law of thermodynamics this week. And let's just say it first together, and then I'll show you some motions we can do. What is the third law of thermodynamics? The third law of thermodynamics explains that it is impossible to reach the state of absolute zero temperature. Okay, so here's some motions you can do with that. I'll start off with the three. The third law of thermodynamics explains that it is impossible, do a big X, impossible to reach the state of absolute zero. Okay? So we just have 4 motions. We'll start off with our number 3. What is the third law of thermodynamics? The third law of thermodynamics explains that it is impossible to reach the state of absolute zero. Okay? Let's do it 2 more times. What is the third?
Temperature.
Of absolute zero temperature. Make sure you add that in at the end. So let's do it 2 more times. Ready? What is the third law of thermodynamics? The third law of thermodynamics explains that it is impossible to reach the state of absolute zero temperature. Do it one more time. What is the third law of thermodynamics? The third law of thermodynamics explains that it is impossible to reach the state of absolute zero temperature. Okay, science is done. And now we just have history. Okay, so history, tell me about the end of the Cold War. We'll be right back. We're doing the 80s today. We're talking about the end of the Cold War. So we have our 80s gear decked out with our side ponies and our scrunchies and our blue eyeshadow and our sweatbands and some neon colors. So we're ready. I hope that you have your gear on too for the 80s. Okay, so let me read through it the first time and then I'll show you a couple of movements that we're going to do and we'll play the song. So in the 1980s, British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher and American President Ronald Reagan worked together to end the Cold War, lessen big government, and strengthen the conservative movement. Okay, so I'm going to play the video, and while they're talking, I'll show you the motions we're going to do.
Tell me about the end of the Cold War. In the 1980s, British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher and American President Ronald Reagan worked together to end the Cold War, lessen big government, and strengthen the conservative movement.
Okay, here's the song.
In the 1980s, British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher and American President Ronald Reagan worked together to end the Cold War, lessen big government, and strengthen the conservative movement. In the 1980s, British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher and American President Ronald Reagan worked together to end the Cold War, lessen big government, and strengthen the conservative movement.
Oh, we did it! We did CC via video. We can do it. So I'm going to have a new video in a little bit you can look at for the fine arts, which is for Brahms. So I'm going to let you follow along with the listening map, and we'll listen to the music. So that'll be the next video you can listen to. And then Miss Krista is going to do science this week since I did science last week. So there'll be a separate video, a third one, for you to watch for science. And then for review, have fun at home. Find something to do with your family for some review for CC. Okay, that's week 21. 3 weeks left. High five. Peace out.
Peace out, my homies.